Good morning. So excited to have you guys here today. I'm just taking the first few moments to make your way to your mat. Beginning by finding a nice seated position. And once you've taken the comfortable cross of your legs, let's go ahead and start out this morning by taking the opposite cross. So take the one that comes less naturally for you. Just beginning to create a little bit more balance in the body. Maybe you scoop a little flesh up from under your sits bones, grounding your hips a little bit deeper into the earth. Then you can lay your hands on your legs, palms down or palms up, allowing your shoulders to drop down away from your ears, gently pressing that chest forward and up, opening the heart, drawing that belly button in, activating the abdominals, allowing that crown of the head to rise up towards the ceiling. And then just closing your eyes for a moment or two and tuning into your breath. And if you haven't already, go ahead and start taking both the inhale and the exhale through the nose. And for the next few moments, imagine yourself as your ideal self. And as you gaze at your ideal self, what do you look like? And now feel into that ideal self. What does it feel like to be that person? Embody their thoughts, embody their emotions, embody what it feels like to be in that reality. With your next inhale, opening up your eyes, and we're going to get right into it. So coming onto your hands and knees. We'll just take a couple inhales and exhales here in cat-cow. Inhaling crown and tailbone up. Exhaling back, arching the spine. Inhale forward, cow. Exhale back, cat. Maybe take one more like this. And after that, on your next round, we're going to start just a little bit intuitive flow. So maybe moving the shoulders from side to side. Maybe you drop the chest down. Maybe you shift the hips back and forward, making circles. Maybe you shift them way back towards child's. Maybe you add in the neck. And just beginning to wake up the spine. If you've been going one direction, go ahead and take it the other direction. As you're ready, Making your way back to neutral spine. Tucking those toes under, pressing the hips up and back for our first down dog. For this first one, go ahead and keep a nice bend in the knees and bring your feet a little bit closer together, like just maybe a little bit less than hips distance apart. Taking a gaze back. If you can see your heels, just twist them out just enough that they're out of your view. Maybe bending one knee and then the other, encouraging one heel to the ground at a time. Connecting with the breath here. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose. And then just for a moment, pressing both heels towards the mat, bending deeper in the knees, gazing forward and floating and or walking your feet to your hands. Taking a nice deep exhale, maybe sighing it out through the mouth. Deepening into forward fold. Go ahead and bend as deep into your knees as you need to grasp your big toes with your pointer and middle finger. Once you've grasped those toes, just begin finding some length in the legs, shifting those hips back so they're over your heels, pressing down into the heels. You might not get your legs all the way straight, but just moving towards that. Releasing in the head and neck. Beautiful work. Breathing all into that back body. And go ahead and release the toes, tucking the tailbone, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Allowing that head and neck to come last. We're going to go ahead and set up like we did last night in Tadasana for a moment. So just taking the feet about hips distance apart. Maybe you rock forwards and backwards, really spreading the toes, spreading the bottom of the foot, getting a nice, strong base. And then from there, I want you to activate your knees. So kicking your thighs back, and you'll feel the muscles activate, tucking that tailbone under, drawing that belly button in and up. So your whole lower body now is activated. Then go ahead and roll those shoulders up and back, allowing the arms to open just gently away from the sides. Chest is forward, belly button still activated, crown of the head rises up. Go ahead and close your eyes for a breath or two here. Tadasana or mountain pose. Feeling the strength and heat build in your body. And go ahead and release, bending the knees, shaking the arms, maybe bouncing a little bit. Just getting any of that stuck energy moving. Getting silly with it. And then from there, let's go ahead and take our feet nice and wide. If you were to draw your arms out, your feet should track just about under the wrists. You can always go a little wider if you need. Having the feet parallel or the toes pointing in, pigeon-toed just a little bit, so not pointing out. Then from there, go ahead and put your hands on your hips, drawing that chest forward, activating the core, coming down nice and slow with a nice straight back. All the way until your forehead's pointing towards the mat. Go ahead, release the hands onto the ground. Pressing into the outer edges of the feet. Pressing through the balls of the feet. Release that head. Shake it yes and no. Taking some nice deep inhales and exhales here. Beginning to walk your hands over to the right side. Maybe grabbing onto that right shin or ankle. And you're ready, coming back through center, over towards the left. Gently release, bringing your hands back to your hips, tucking that belly button in, tailbone in, nice, strong back. Coming up, using the core. Go ahead and heel toe your feet together. We're going to go ahead and meet at the top of the mat to build some strength and heat with a few vinyasas. Inhaling up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, place your hands, stepping back into high plank. One, inhale at the top of the high plank. And on your exhale, squeezing those elbows in, dropping down, chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. And exhale, back, down dog. One deep inhale. And exhale here. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, bending the knee, stepping it through. Go ahead and swivel that back toe onto the mat, or that back heel onto the mat. And windmill all the way up. Go ahead and straighten that front leg, shifting the left hips back, right side body draws forward. Go ahead and let that right hand come to the right shin. Left hand comes up towards the sky. Trikonasana or triangle. Go ahead and work towards opening that chest up towards the front of your mat. So you're on a nice even plane in your whole side body. A couple more breaths here. If you want to activate the core a little more, take a micro bend in that front knee and bringing your arms forward as if you're holding a large ball. If you took that, go ahead and release the arms back out, bending deeper into that front knee, windmilling up. On an exhale, go ahead and frame that front foot, drawing that back heel up off the mat, stepping back, down dog. One deep inhale, one nice exhale through the mouth. Inhale, left foot up, exhale, step through. Swiveling that back heel to the mat and coming all the way up, straightening right away into that front leg, shifting the right hips back, left side body forward, releasing that left arm down, right arm up towards the sky, opening through the chest. Maybe you stay here, maybe you take a micro bend in the knee, and for the next couple breaths, maybe you hold a ball, activating that core. If you took that, go ahead and open the arms back up, bending deeper into that front knee, coming up before exhaling and windmilling down, swiveling that back heel up and stepping back, down dog. Beautiful. Just a couple deep breaths here to recenter. We've got a couple more lovely vinyasas for today. As you're ready, rolling forward onto those toes, bending the knees, walking and or floating your feet to your hands, Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, place hands, step or hop back into high plank. Inhale at the top of the high plank. Exhale, bending the elbows, coming down, chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Go ahead and inhale that right foot up. Exhale, stepping through. We're going to keep the ball of the foot on the mat for this one. Inhaling the arms up into crescent. If being on this tight wire is too hard, you can go ahead and step a little bit out to the side with that back foot. Double check that your knee is stacked over that ankle. Squeezing your thighs in towards one another. Let's take an inhale, bending the elbows. Exhale, arms come back up. Go ahead and take a big step forward with that back foot. Keeping a nice bend in that front knee. We're just gonna start by doing a little teeter-totter with the front body. Lifting that back foot off the mat and back down. Tilting the chest at the same time. And as you're ready, let's go into warrior one. So maybe you're here today just playing with that. But as you build strength, beginning to work your way towards lifting that back foot up to parallel to the mat. Reaching straight forward. And exhale, releasing back into crescent. Placing your hands in the mat, stepping back, down dog. Let's go ahead and do the other side. You're looking so good, so strong. And then we'll take a break in child's after this one. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, stepping forward. Inhaling all the way up. Crescent pose. Again, coming off that tight wire. If the balance is hard. Couple breaths here, squeezing those thighs in towards one another, pressing out through that back heel. Down through all four corners of the front foot. Opening the elbows. Letting the chest rise up, gazing up. So on your next inhale, arms come up, taking a big step forward with that back foot. And then we're going to go ahead and play again with that teeter-totter. So squeezing the hips in towards one another. As you're ready, beginning to tilt forward, making sure that this right hip is still dropping towards the mat, not coming open. Pressing out through the back ball of that foot. Maybe you don't come all the way to parallel today. Keep squeezing those thighs together, pressing out through the ball of that back foot. One more deep inhale, exhale, releasing back into crescent. Dropping your hands to the mat and stepping back, down dog. Feet come nice and wide. And go ahead and bring your big toes together, knees apart, pressing the hips back, Balasana or child's pose. Beautiful work. I know we're really taking a strong practice today. And just being with your body wherever it's at. Couple more breaths here. On your next inhale, coming forward onto the hands and knees. But we're just going to make our way straight down to our side. Go ahead and place your elbow right under your shoulder. Drawing your legs out long. We're going to be coming up into plank. So maybe you keep a hand and that top foot for balance. Maybe you try the stacked version with flexed feet. Go ahead and press into the side of that bottom foot, raising the hips up as high as you can. Really pushing, pushing, pushing. Breathing here, continuing to push those hips up, feeling a nice crunch in that bottom side body. Just a couple more breaths. You're doing so good. You've got this. And exhale, release. Make your way on to the other side. Again, taking a moment to set up, stacking that elbow under the shoulder, choosing your foot position. As you're ready, getting to press up. Breathing here, pressing, 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 crunching, really pushing those hips up towards the ceiling. Breathing. Nice job. Maybe smile. I wasn't. Now I am. And exhale, release. Making your way onto your back while seated position. I want you to take your hands, fingers, pointing in towards your body. Hands will be about shoulder distance apart. And just start by pressing into the hands, opening the chest. Maybe this is a pretty deep stretch in the arms, forearms already. Maybe you're just going to breathe here for a few more breaths. Maybe you're going to press strongly into those heels, lifting the hips up off the mat, squeezing the glutes, allowing the crown to stay in line with the neck, gazing up. 2 more breaths. And on your next exhale, releasing down. We are almost there for today. Beautiful work. Go ahead and come all the way on to your back now. Bringing those heels in towards your body, soles of the feet on the mat. We're going to do what I call penguin. A lot of people call penguin. We're going to lift just our head and chest up off the mat. And then we're going to reach one hand for the heel and then the other hand for the heel. All right, so as you're ready, inhale up and left and right, left and right. Inhale and exhale. Keep going. Left and right and left and right. Just a few more times. You're almost there. And coming back to center and release. Just a couple more nice core exercises for today. We'll start our wind down. So go ahead and interlace your fingers, making just a gentle pillow at the base of your skull. So not pulling on the head, it's just there for support. Inhale, bringing the head and chest up off the mat. And exhale, release. Inhale. And crunch. and release. Let's inhale and then release. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, release. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, release. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, release. So bringing that chest straight up towards the ceiling. We're not really curling in. Just trying to get a straight up lift, pressing that back deeply into the mat. Oh yeah, I can feel that now. Can you feel that? Just a couple more. One more. And releasing all the way to the mat. One last one before we head to Shavasana. Go ahead and bring your hands down by your hips. Then you're going to cross your legs, bringing the knees up. And we're not going to open the legs up anymore here. This is going to come straight from the lower abs, but we're going to lift, so it's the opposite crunch. We're just going to lift our bottoms off the mat. So pressing your palms and the backs of your arms strongly into the mat. Maybe you roll your shoulder blades under a little bit. We're going to pulse up. So press that tailbone up and up and up and up. 4 more times, up, 3, up, 2, and 1. And releasing the feet back to the mat. Let's give ourselves a nice hug, squeezing those knees in, maybe rocking the hips back and forth. And just saying thank you to our bodies for showing up today, for giving them some love. If you're joining me for the December challenge, the word of the day is strength. Go ahead, release the feet to the mat, crossing the left foot over the right, dropping both knees to the right, gazing out over that left shoulder. Nice supine spinal twist. On your next inhale, coming up through center, switching across the legs, and dropping both knees over towards the left, gazing out over that right shoulder. Nice work today. The core is just such an important part of the body. It's really responsible for most of our balance and really allows us to do anything in our daily lives with more ease. Helps with posture, keeps the spine in alignment. Inhale up through center and opening those legs, allowing the arms to fall open along your sides. Taking one more deep breath in through the nose, sticking the tongue out, exhale through the mouth. And relaxing into Shavasana, final resting position. as we've allowed our practice to settle in for a few moments, let's go ahead and begin to bring awareness back into the body, back into this room. Taking a deep breath in, filling all the way to the belly. When you exhale, emptying the belly first, then the chest, all the way into the throat. And just allowing your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Bringing the soles of the feet to the mat. And as you're ready, beginning to roll onto one side for fetal position. I'm just enjoying a breath or two in fetal, our original yoga pose. Connecting deeply with our roots, with our beginnings. And as we rise up from there to seated, rising into our day, strong and fulfilled. Thank you for joining me in your practice today. I'm grateful, honored. Namaste.